Hello YouTube Infinite Magicraid community, Gandolf here. We're on the server 108 account and today is day 161. It's episode 37. In today's episode we'll talk about Wukong and how Wukong has now joined our team. Last moment decision, caved in and decided to just summon a whole bunch of my stocked up summons. Luckily enough I was able to get 2 copies of him, and in this video we'll talk about his build. But before we get into it, I do want to give a quick recruitment call for our own guild. We are now in the Master Division, so if you're in the Master Division, you're welcome to join us. If you look, our average strength is around 2,000 in the power range. Really, we also taking young whales as well. So you can see Rue is one of our latest members, and you can look at his lineup. So even if you're on one of the newer server, but you're a big whale, we also welcome you in. So there are 2 spots. Here's the UID if you're looking for it, and you can see how well we're doing. Our ranking as a guild, we are ranked number 1 again in the division. So if you wish to join us, definitely give me a shout, directly message me. Here's my UID. And you can just look me up in game. You can look me up and then you should be able to send me a message, right? So like when you look up someone, you have the option of, just clicking message. Yeah, enough about that. Let's go into the main content about the video. So Ukom, his exclusives, his very first one, which is where we're at, makes him a powerhouse in terms of being a direct damage dealer. Very good for bruisers. Because he brings Ripple to the team, increasing basic attack damage, as well as giving HP up, so making your HP based team work really well as a bruiser team. Now over here we got at exclusive 2, he's going to be able to be a pseudo cleanser, and he starts the battle giving everyone a shield that cannot be removed. Furthermore, he's relatively easy to build. You only need 70% crit rate, and you're aiming for extra crit damage that's going to be converted into effective res. But basically you build him with HP around 70 crit and rest all into crit damage. Pretty straightforward build, right? From emblem perspective, now note the emblem system have changed a little bit, and this is how I would recommend you build him. Direct damage for the most part, because you cannot CC anyone with him, this is not going to ever be triggered. And usually you want him to actually tank a lot of damage. So I will recommend, not selecting Berserker's Blood. He does do quite a bit of damage. So I do recommend using the attack tree over using a defense support tree. He does do quite a bit of damage, trust me. And what's really nice is at, even exclusive 1, his ability to be a bruiser is already there, just with the first exclusive. I will put extra HP into him, make his shield effect stronger, right? So his shields can tank more damage. So shield effect over here, you can use this one now because this one also gives shield effect. And here, when you're granting attribute, you're going to get more shield effect. So right there, 9, 8, 6, all of a sudden now we got 21%, no, 23% shielding effect, which is really nice, right? So this is new way of building out your support heroes and tank heroes, picking up more shield effect this way. And of course, you want to be able to recycle his cooldowns so that you're able to use his ultimate and his Vajra shield or Vajra shield as often as you can. Now, note here, this cannot be affected by other effects, but this skill can be affected. I know some people then, will be thinking about, if I look at, why would you want this? Well, you still can improve the last one. I mean, you can offer this one as well, but I will say, all damage received 4.5%. And tenacity is not as good as the benefit you get from all of these boosting things on shield effect. It's better than a lot of other things you can get in the defense tree. So that's my recommendation to you. All right. So yeah. All right, so let's go into maybe here. Abyssal Prison is a good place to show. Similar to, the recent showcase I did for Agatha, showing his exclusive 2. Whoops. We go over here. Battle test, direct damage. And, there's a few different options. So here, again, oh, by the way, I got AXA E3. Was able to push just a little bit more. And you can see how immediately the team's damage got boosted quite a bit. We will show a similar lineup, and just to show how big of a difference Wukong made by having him versus not having him. That was 1.5, and you're doing about half the damage, right? So not only is Wukong doing a lot of bruising damage himself, he's giving the ripple to everybody to boost their basic attack damage. Now instead of Catherine, I'll actually show you what happens if you put in a Dharma, right? And you will see Wukong actually out DPSing Dharma. And this is before him having an aura, right? This is a really, really solid bruiser team, right? You can see Nordak really picking up the damage there. The key benefit here is now we have the defense down on the enemy, so we're able to do more damage. But if you look at Wukong, right, like his build stat-wise, not that impressive. Not a 70 crit rate, only 250 here. You look at Dharma is, I think you see my Dharma and Agatha comparison last day. Like Agatha, same amount of HP, 100% crit rate, dark damage. It's really when everyone's joint attacking or when they're taking a turn, he's able to joint attack as well. So that's the key benefit here. And my Nordak is doing a lot of damage. Nordak can be just purely speed, because every time he takes a turn, he takes advantage of all that shield. The extra shields also benefit with Nordak. So now in this last slot, if you have a Henna will work really great. In this bruiser team, you can easily go over to build damage on here. So now this is like a classic bruiser team. You can also run this team with Santa. So my Santa has Combat Vanguard on it, but this means we can also prioritize shields. So let's say Santa prioritizes shields. We have a full Combat Vanguard on here, and I think this will give the team even more damage. Let's do prioritize 1, 2. And we see that we are able to do actually about the same amount of damage, surprisingly, compared to the one with Dharma in it. Dharma has the personal damage, but here you can see we're around 15, just a little bit over 100. So, having Catherine to be able to cleanse and also be able to just get a little bit extra counterattack in, and also, more importantly, apply the enfeebleness. Enfeebleness will allow you to do that 40% extra damage against like they'll take 50% more direct, 40% more direct damage. Now, of course, this boss is more, there's a benefit to that. Let's test it on a version of the boss where there isn't buff to direct damage, and you can see Wukong again still up there. Here we'll replace this with Dharma again, just so that you can have a sense of comparison. Oh, sorry, Dharma. And you can see they're still all out damaging Dharma. You'll run into the same thing here if we use Guild Boss. I really think Guild Boss testing is kind of a little bit outdated now, given how little HP the Guild Boss has. But just, for comparative sake, here's Dharma, here's everybody. We'll put in Ben Austin. You see we knocked it out around 15 turns. Again, the Guild Boss is not so nice to direct damage, to HP based hero, because everyone gets 50% HP reduced. But if you don't have the HP reduction, clearly Agatha and Wukong would have done more damage. All right, so I hope you found this video helpful. It does showcase a little bit of Wukong's build. Now, maybe I'll close off by saying if you look at the gear here, I'm just using a Devouring set that has, I'm really just, any of these sets actually work. Especially at exclusive 1 or lower, you're really using him for damage. And you do need to cycle his turn a little bit to get those shields on. So exclusive 0 build, I will actually even go full feather set and just take advantage of his shields and his buffs. At exclusive 1, you can consider using devouring sets as well to boost basic attack damage, which scales well in it. Even just the HP set, slay set, speed set, just look for the substats. Crit, right? You're really just looking for crit damage. You're looking for HP. That's what you're looking for. I would even consider at exclusive 1, I would even consider using a speed set instead of the devouring set here, if I happen to have really good subs on them. Let's quickly, see if we have anything really good. I just need attack, right? So something like this, right? Something like this could, in theory, be a really good piece. And let's look for HP and maybe a little bit more crit rate now, because we do need a little bit more crit rate. HP crit rate. Effective res. This looks really good. Let's see how well we roll. Okay, the HP stat is a little bit low on the starting front. But let's see how this goes. It's not as great as this one. So I'll probably still go back to the set I have over here for now. But again, it really depends on the subset. Now, what's important to note is at exclusive 2 or exclusive 3 especially, you don't need him to be fast anymore, because the law is a buff on Wukong. So if he ends up taking a lot of extra turn, his law actually falls off, and you might have a open window in there. So that's why I highly recommend you actually just put him actually on full tenacity. You want him to survive. So only at exclusive 3 you start seeing people with Wukong on full tenacity sets instead. And I can't wait until I'm able to put a piece like this one on him. So this will be really good for Wukong. And I'll obviously get more tough sets for him, and we can get tough sets for free through War of Throne. All right, so I hope this video has been really helpful for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Gandolf out.